Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Weekend Extra. Pastor Joe here with Pastor Jeff. Go Buckeyes.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Boom. This is going to be a segment completely on Ohio State versus Michigan, the history thereof, coaches. No? Okay.
6 years in a row.
13 out of 14.
Wow.
It's
13 out of 14?
Mm-hmm.
See, the Lord is good.
Awesome. Okay, that's it. Well, we might put a hiatus on it. Who knows? All right. Anyway, so we just opened up a So This Is Christmas series, diving into this topic. Loved it. We're encouraging everyone to really be thinking on this kind of Christian, but Christmas mission.
Christmas mission.
Yeah,
that's
peach
right.
and Spediment getting in the way for me again. But so just. I think that gets people excited. I think people want to do things over the holidays.
Yeah.
They're obviously running in the family, friends, all that stuff. But I think, even me sometimes, I think a lot of us get stuck. How do I evaluate where my friends and family are? How do I even know where they are? Let's just start there, Jeff. How can we have a conversation with someone and get to know where they're at spiritually without being like, do you like your pizza? Oh, by the way, where are you with Jesus?
Yeah. I really think the key is to listen. We've talked about praying for the no-brainer moment a lot. And I think a lot of times where Christians get our reputation for being obnoxious about sharing our faith is when we're forcing the gospel. Yeah. And the Bible is very clear that it's the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, that opens up people to receive the gospel of Jesus Christ. So here at Grace, we call these no-brainer moments. That when we're praying for people and we're asking God to make us sensitive to people who are open to talking about Jesus, that door will swing wide open. It's everything from, so what do Christians believe about Jesus to what do you guys do at Christmas? And you can share a little bit of some of your sacred traditions and things like that. But just wait on God and listen to people. I found that 90% of the time when I listen to people, they listen to me. It's called a conversation, and many people are open. Like if I'm open in what you think, you may be open to what I think, my worldviews. And so I think so much of it is being nice, being polite, being engaged, finding out about another person and not just cramming through your agenda. And you'll be surprised how God will open doors, or he might not. That's okay too. But when we're being sensitive to that and looking for it, you might be surprised how God will open a door for you.
Yeah, and I think, just not to gloss over it, I think the key thing is to listen. I know sometimes it's partly my personality, but I'll be listening to someone, but really what I'm doing is thinking about what I'm about to say next.
Yeah.
And so really, what is it that they're saying? Hear those things about their family. Hear those things about maybe their religious upbringing or whatever, and get to know them.
If you're hanging out with normal people, so if you're the one with the agenda, you're always the obnoxious one, right? No matter what your agenda is. Most people don't have an agenda. If you're hanging out with normal people and you're having conversation and you're interested in each other's lives or forming a friendship, just that kind of stuff. And if God opens up a door, tell them who you are. And I like to say, if you know me, you know that I love Heidi, you know that I love my family, you know that I love Ohio State, and I love Jesus. That's just kind of who I am. And if we're getting to know each other, that's going to come out in a very natural way, and that's what you're looking for.
So what are some of the natural ways to kind of reconnect with someone that is functionally close to us? So for instance, if you have that cousin that you're close to because you're cousins, but you never really hang out, do you have a recommendation for someone on how to connect with that person to start having the normal conversations?
Yeah, whatever would work naturally, right? So it's everything from hosting the party and inviting them, all the way down to, hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Do you want to get together?
Yeah.
And or the neighbor across the street, hey, we've never actually met, or we haven't talked to each other since we moved in. I thought I would come over with this plate of cookies and say hi. Yeah. So sometimes just putting it out there is the normal thing. Sometimes it's maybe the cousin example. They're going to be at the family gathering. God has laid them on your heart specifically. You're starting to pray. You're going to make sure or try to make sure that you sit by them at dinner time, those kind of things. Yeah. where you're just intentional and thinking it through and waiting for God to create an opportunity if he chooses to.
I love that you answered that way, and I figured you would, because a lot of people that I talk to, I feel like their default is to overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
It's to set the perfect scenario, and my buddy likes basketball, so I have to buy courtside Cavs tickets, and if it's not the right game and it's not the right players, he's not going to want to. It's like, dude,
yeah,
we haven't talked in a while. You want to grab a pizza?
Right.
Absolutely. It can be really simple. That's awesome. Well, this whole season, this one we'll be talking about this idea of a Christian mission, what Jesus has called us to, how can we respond as a follower of his. So follow along in the series. You can continue to engage us through all the mediums, the app, website, etc. But let's do this together. Find the simple ways to connect with people and help them understand the hope of Jesus. We'll see you next weekend for the Weekend Extra. Take care.